Words of truth. In this lesson, Solomon is defending the credibility of truth. Is there any worth, any value of living the truth? What is the mechanism of truth and how does it work?
Wisdom speaks about truth in this lesson, and it makes some very interesting points.
Firstly, truth is not only knowledge. Knowledge can feed our ears, our eyes, but when it's digested with our experience, this is when it becomes truth. This is when it manifests itself.
Sometimes we can know a lot of biblical truth, maybe everything about the end times, the beast, the law, and so forth. But the author states that instead, truth should reach the innermost part of the human being, and then it produces faith, conviction, and responsibility. This experience with truth forms us. It forms who we are, what we believe, why we believe, and what we do with it.
And last week Solomon encouraged us to have compassion for the poor. But this week is different. It's about fairness against exploitation. So, do you have enough power to crush somebody, to abuse somebody? If you're in a position of power over somebody, how do you treat them if they're with less or no power?
It does show who we are when we look for immediate gains, and when we are not ashamed to take them at the expense of the poorer or the weaker. Now, Proverbs imply that we may envy the sinner. Being jealous of the wicked? I mean, for what? Why?
Let's be frank, we're not jealous of the wicked. We're jealous of what they have or what they have achieved. The danger is that sometimes we are ready to associate with people like that for the same reason we are jealous of.
Who likes to work and be paid sometime later? We have to admit, it's tough to live through this lack of justice. This is why this main point of the lesson, that we need to experience the truth, digest it, make it an inner part of our being, is so important. It produces faith, conviction, and responsibility. And then we have to worry about what we put in our mouth.
Our social lives forces us to eat and drink certain foods and liquids. You don't have to be in a bar or a regular visitor to the parties to be considered in danger. But after all, Solomon is asking this question: do you note well what is served before you? Meaning, keep an eye on the food that you eat and practice some healthy discipline.
Are there things that we want so badly? Put a knife on your throat, says the wise. What a way to say, control yourself. It's so important.
At the end, how do you tell the truth? How do you give the good knowledge?
This sense of responsibility. We have to stand up and speak up for the truth. But I think that we should add courage to the products of the experience with truth. Faith, conviction, and responsibility. Because it takes guts to do the right thing.